You're listening to E-commerce Fastlane, the podcast show to help you build, manage, grow, and scale a successful and thriving company, powered by Shopify. Listen to real conversations with partners and subject matter experts as they share proven practical strategies, platforms, and the best Shopify apps to help you accelerate your business. The time is now for you to improve efficiencies, grow revenue, profit, and lifetime customer loyalty. Please welcome your host, startup founder and strategic advisor, Steve Hutt.
Welcome to another episode of E-commerce Fastlane. I'm your host, Steve Hutt. Now, today we're diving into a story that's much more about resilience than it is about innovation. Imagine a 12-year-old boy arriving from the U.S. from Odessa, Ukraine, armed with nothing but a dream and determination. And fast forward to today, that boy is Val Narodetsky, and he has become a visionary entrepreneur who's redefining the tech recruitment landscape. Now, Val is the founder and CEO of a company called Hire Odessa, and they're a platform that's not just fulfilling job positions, but really bridging continents and cultures. And in a world where finding top-tier talent feels like searching for a needle in a haystack, Val really has turned to his roots, tapping into Ukraine's rich pool of resilient and innovative tech professionals. But here's where the story gets really interesting. Hire Odessa isn't just another recruitment platform. It's a testament to the power of adversity in breeding innovation. Despite the ongoing challenges that are happening in Ukraine, the country's tech industry has shown remarkable resilience, with over 85% of Ukrainian developers are currently working full-time. So Val has ingeniously transformed this resiliency into a competitive advantage for US companies. Now, imagine having access to elite AI engineers, cybersecurity experts, web developers who have honed their skills under the most challenging circumstances. These aren't just coders, they're problem solvers who have learned to innovate with limited resources. And here's the kicker. Hire Odessa promises to deliver the top 1% of tech talent within just 14 days and at up to 60% less cost than traditional hiring methods. It's almost like finding a shortcut in Silicon Valley talent, but really with a global twist. So today's episode, we're not just talking about hiring, we're exploring how tapping into a global talent pool can be a game changer for Shopify-powered brands, and how Val's unique perspective is helping businesses to scale smarter and faster. So hi Val, welcome to E-commerce Fastlane.
Thanks for having me, Steve. Excited for today's recording.
Now, Val, to kick things off, could you share what inspired you to create Hire Odessa, and how has your background shaped your approach in solving tech talent shortages for U.S. businesses?
Absolutely. The inspiration behind Hire Odessa really stems from my own journey as an entrepreneur and personal background. I was born in Odessa, Ukraine, then moved to the U.S. as a teenager. And over the years, I've seen firsthand the incredible talent that exists in Ukraine and Eastern Europe. Talent that often flies under the radar for many US companies. And I've also been on the other side of the table, running businesses and facing challenges with hiring skilled teams quickly and affordably. So when I started my first company back in 2012, I was bootstrapping quite literally everything, doing things on my own and dealing with the complexities of scaling a business without the right people in place. So even then, it became clear to me that finding the right talent wasn't just about skill. It was actually about speed, cost, and having a proper cultural fit. US businesses are often paying high prices or waiting months to hire the right people. And I saw an opportunity to bridge that gap by connecting these businesses with top-tier talent from Ukraine, Eastern Europe, where there's strong work ethic, incredible technical skills, and actual alignment in values. So with Hire Odessa, my goal was to make it easier for US companies to access that talent, whether they need a full-time hire or a dedicated team, while also providing a solution that's cost-effective and reliable. So my experience in both worlds, being a Ukrainian immigrant and a serial entrepreneur in the US, has really helped shape my vision for how Hire Odessa can solve these problems.
Now, the e-commerce landscape is constantly evolving, really requiring increasingly specialized skills. So how does Hire Odessa address this need, particularly for Shopify brands that are looking to scale their operations?
That's an awesome question. So, as someone who had two successful exits in the e-commerce space, I can say for certain that the e-commerce space is evolving extremely fast, and businesses, especially e-com brands, need specialized tech talent to keep up with the pace of change. At Hire Odessa, we understand that scaling a Shopify brand goes beyond just having a good product. You need the right infrastructure to handle the growth, optimize performance, and offer seamless customer experiences. We address that by providing access to top tier Shopify developers and designers who actually specialize in scaling operations. So these aren't just freelancers with basic skills that you can find on mainstream freelance sites. These are experts who understand the complexities of Shopify Plus, custom integrations, optimizing for high traffic, and automating backend processes to save time and money. What sets Hire Odessa apart is our ability to deliver that talent quickly. We have a database of over 100 vetted Shopify developers who have already worked on major nationwide and global projects, and we're able to place them in as little as 14 days. Plus, since we're specializing in hiring from Ukraine and Eastern Europe, we're typically able to offer these services at 60 to 70% less than traditional US-based teams. So for brands looking to scale, this means that they get access to high-level tech talent without the huge overhead, which helps them grow faster and more efficiently. And with our primary focus on seamless integration into existing teams, we ensure that all of our candidates hit the ground running, making a real impact from essentially day one.
Now, Val, in a market saturated with these kind of gig platforms and kind of recruitment agencies, Hire Odessa seems to stand out by focusing on connecting U.S. businesses with top Ukrainian talent. But could you elaborate on what you consider to be Hire Odessa's kind of superpower or unique value proposition? Like specifically, how does your approach differ from traditional recruitment methods or other kind of international talent platforms? And sorry for all these questions, but it's really exciting. And what tangible benefits does this bring Shopify brands and tech companies that are looking to scale their teams?
So the superpower of Hire Odessa is actually our ability to connect US businesses with the top 1% of vetted tech talent from Ukraine. More than that, we consider ourselves to be a concierge company for remote tech teams. So it's the personal and human approach we bring to the recruitment process that really sets us apart from traditional platforms or agencies. So unlike gig platforms where you're left sorting through profiles and basically hoping for the best, or traditional recruitment agencies, they can take months to fill a role, Hire Odessa streamlines that process by human vetting every candidate ourselves before we present them to our clients. So we don't rely just on algorithms or resumes. We actually conduct interviews, assess their skills, and ensure cultural fit before we ever present a candidate to a client. So this means that our clients can be confident that they're not just getting talent, but they're getting the right talent for their needs. So for Shopify brands and tech companies looking to scale, this approach brings few tangible benefits. Now, first, speed. We can fill roles in little as 14 days, which is critical in the fast-moving market like e-commerce. Now, second, cost effectiveness. Since we're sourcing talent from Ukraine, our clients save typically 60 to 70% compared to hiring locally. And third, reliability. Because our candidates already are working on high-level projects and come with a proven track record, they can practically hit the ground running almost immediately. So this personalized high-touch process, when combined with quality of talent, allows us to deliver a higher level of service and value than most recruitment platforms. Our primary goal lies in strategically enhancing a team so companies can scale smarter and faster. That's where we really shine.
Now, many Shopify brands struggle with the cost of hiring top tech talent. So how does Hire Odessa's model enable cost savings of up to 60%? And what impact have you seen this have on your clients' growth?
Yes, that's quite true. Many Shopify brands do face significant challenges when it comes to hiring the right talent, especially when it comes to cost and specifically for newer brands to the market. Hire Odessa addresses this by offering a flexible recruitment model that can save businesses up to 70%, while also providing the needed agility they need to scale their teams based on demand. So what we do, we offer both recruitment and staff augmentation services. which gives brands options depending on their specific needs. For brands that want to make permanent hires and that have infrastructure to handle permanent hires, we can quickly source and vet top-tier Ukrainian talent, often at 60 to 70% less than what they would be paying for US-based developers. This allows businesses to hire highly skilled Shopify developers without long timelines or high fees of traditional recruitment agencies. And staff augmentation as a service offers even more flexibility. So instead of committing to a full-time hires, brands can bring in specialized tech talent for a project or a specific growth phase and scale their team up or down as needed. So this is useful for Shopify brands experiencing seasonal spikes, so launching new products or features, or needing quick development fixes. So by tapping into our pool of top 1% tech talent, businesses can meet their immediate tech needs without the heavy overhead of permanent staffing. So we've seen this flexibility have a massive impact on our clients' growth. One Shopify brand we worked with really needed to execute a major overhaul right before Q4. And using our staff augmentation model, we brought on a team of 3 experienced Shopify developers in just under 2 weeks. They hit all their deadlines without missing a beat. So once the project wrapped, they scaled back the team without any hassle. So the ability to scale up for major initiatives and then scale down to save costs allowed them to stay agile and focus their budgets on growth rather than expensive long-term hires. So in short, our model not only offers significant cost savings, but also gives brands the flexibility they need to scale smartly, adapt quickly, and allocate resources where they have most impact. So that's where Hire Odessa truly makes a difference.
Now, you mentioned there's a 14-day turnaround for providing vetted candidates. Can you kind of walk us through your vetting process and how do you ensure such high-quality matches in such a short time frame?
Yeah, absolutely. So our 14-day turnaround is possible because of several things. Our streamlined and thorough vetting process, as well as our existing database of pre-vetted candidates. So for one, we start doing a deep dive into our clients' specific needs and requirements. Things like technical skills, team dynamics, and cultural fit are all being discussed in high detail during our initial kickoff call. This helps us target the right talent right from the start. And this is one of the most crucial steps because it allows us to narrow down the candidates who not only have the right technical skills, but can seamlessly integrate into the company's workflow. And also, we maintain at all times a database of at least 200 candidates who are considered to be top 1% of their respective field. So it's not like we're starting from scratch. These candidates already have passed our initial screenings. So we already have a strong pool of people to choose from right from the go. And for each role, we conduct multiple rounds of interviews and technical assessments to ensure that the candidate has the necessary expertise as well as problem-solving skills. And then our technical team evaluates their coding abilities, development experience, design, and platform-specific knowledge like Shopify Plus, for example, or other e-commerce systems. And we also assess soft skills like communication and English level proficiency because that's just as important for remote work. But a big part of ensuring a successful match between our clients and the candidates is making sure that the candidate fits the client's company culture and has the work ethic to thrive in a remote environment. So we assess how candidates work under pressure, how they handle communications across time zones, and whether they're proactive in solving problems. So all of this ensures that they can integrate into the client's existing team smoothly. So after the vetting process, we present them with 2 to 3 top candidates who not only meet the technical criteria, but also have the right personality and the work style for their client's needs. So this way, the client doesn't have to waste time filtering through dozens of resumes or conducting endless interviews. We've basically already done the legwork for them. And because we have a pre-vetted talent pool and refined vetting process, we're able to deliver high-quality candidates in as little as 14 days. So this focus on quality over quantity means that when a client hires from Hire Odessa, they're not just getting someone with the right technical skills, but they're also getting a candidate who can contribute from day one and fit seamlessly into their team.
Now, remote work has become increasingly common, especially in tech. I know at Shopify, it was digital by design or digital by default. And so what's interesting, though, What strategies do you recommend for e-commerce companies to effectively integrate and manage remote tech teams?
I totally agree. Remote work has definitely become the new normal, especially in tech and for e-commerce companies. And to effectively integrate and manage remote tech teams, there are few strategies that I recommend. Number one, establish reliable communication. Tools like Slack or Microsoft Teams for day-to-day chats, and Zoom and Google Meet for more in-depth meetings. Setting expectations for how and when communication should happen keeps the team aligned. Number two, whether it's a new feature launch or a site overhaul or a new product development, having clear process and specific KPIs is crucial. So tools like Trello, Asana, ClickUp, or Notion can help manage tasks, timelines, and dependencies, ensuring everyone knows what needs to be done and when. Number three, schedule regular touch points. So both one-on-one and team meetings to track progress, address roadblocks, and maintain momentum. It's also important to give ongoing feedback so remote team members feel supported and know where they stand in terms of performance. Number four, use shared collaboration platforms like GitHub or Figma to streamline work and make it easier for teams to collaborate on code, design, or content. And having everything centralized ensures that everyone is working from the same playbook, basically. Number five, even though the team is remote, building a sense of culture and connection is crucial. Small efforts like virtual coffee breaks or celebrating team wins or acknowledging individual achievements can really go a long way in making the team feel valued and motivated. Number six, with teams spread across different time zones, flexibility on timing is key. Allow overlapping hours for collaboration while giving individuals the freedom to manage their own schedules based on productivity peaks. So this keeps the workflow smooth without burning anyone out. And the overall goal, I think, is to maintain strong collaboration and drive successful outcomes, even when everyone is not in the same room.
Now, in your experience, what are some of the common misconceptions or myths about hiring remote tech talent that you would like to address or debunk for our listeners today?
So one misconception I often hear is that the ongoing conflict in Ukraine makes hiring remote tech teams risky or unstable. So while it's true that the conflict has affected certain parts of the country, it's important to know that we at Hire Odessa ensure that all of our candidates are located in 100% conflict-free zones, where there is no immediate risk to their safety or their ability to work. Many Ukrainian tech pros actually have also relocated to other parts of Eastern Europe, so they're still fully capable of delivering high-quality work without any interruptions. Another point worth emphasizing is that despite the conflict, the tech talent coming out of Ukraine remains some of the best in the world. These developers and engineers and designers are highly skilled, experienced, and resilient. They're used to working with international clients and have adapted incredibly well to remote work environments, often in challenging circumstances. So while the situation in Ukraine is certainly difficult, it hasn't impacted the quality of work or the professionalism of the talent we're able to offer. So in fact, hiring from Ukraine and surrounding areas can still provide significant cost savings without any compromise to quality or security. We've implemented robust measures on our end to ensure that all of our candidates are in safe, secure locations and are fully focused on their work. So for businesses concerned about the conflict, rest assured that we've taken every step to mitigate any risks. And you'll still get top-tier tech talent that can help scale your operations seamlessly.
It'd be great to dive into some kind of real world examples. So can you share a success story that really stands out for you where maybe an e-commerce company partnered with Hire Odessa and achieved something remarkable? I'm particularly interested in hearing about a case where maybe your team helped overcome a major technical hurdle or played a key role in driving kind of rapid growth. What were the challenges that this brand faced and then the solution that you provided and maybe even the impact it had on their business? Our listeners are always eager to hear about kind of practical applications and kind of tangible results kind of in the e-commerce space.
Yeah, absolutely. So one success story that comes to mind is a project that we just wrapped up about 2 weeks ago. It's a Shopify brand that we worked with that was experiencing crazy rapid growth, but faced very significant technical challenges as they tried to scale their e-com operations. So they needed a full overhaul of their website as well as their user experience to handle a massive influx of traffic, as well as integrate advanced customizations and features and improve their existing site speed. And this is all while preparing for major Q4 sales event. So the timeline was extremely tight, and they really couldn't afford to wait months to build an in-house team or pay the rates of US-based agencies. So they came to Hire Odessa looking for a fast and cost-effective solution, and we were fortunate enough to be able to step in almost right away. So within 1.5 weeks, we provided them with a small, highly skilled team of Shopify Plus developers who were already trained in handling large-scale projects. And the developers integrated very smoothly with the existing team and immediately started tackling the technical challenges. So in a matter of 2 to 3 weeks, the team managed to completely re-optimize the site, improve the load times, implement multiple custom features that enhance the overall user experience and user journey. And this allowed the brand not to only handle the increased traffic, but also drive higher conversion rates during the sales event right before Q4. So the flexibility of being able to bring on top tier talent that quickly without the long-term overhead was a game changer for them. So in the end, this brand saw a significant boost in revenue, a significant increase in conversion rates, a decrease in load times, and this was all during their event, and continued to work with us to scale their tech team further as they continue to grow. So this story just highlights how Hire Odessa can offer businesses both the speed and expertise they need to overcome critical challenges at critical points in time. But that's a success story that I'm very proud of. It's a most recent project, and the team hit a home run.
Now, AI and machine learning are hot topics in e-commerce right now, and many of our listeners are probably wondering how to leverage these technologies in their business. Could you maybe tell us a story of how Hire Odessa is kind of addressing this trend? Like specifically, like how are you helping companies find and onboard talent with expertise in AI and machine learning? And are there any unique challenges or opportunities that you've encountered kind of in this rapidly evolving field?
Yeah, as AI and machine learning continues to transform e-commerce, the demand for this specialized talent in these fields is absolutely skyrocketing. At Hire Odessa, we've recognized this shift early on and have developed a very strong focus on sourcing top-tier AI and machine learning professionals to help businesses stay ahead of the curve. We've even built a talent pool of highly skilled machine learning engineers from Ukraine and Eastern Europe who are experts in developing solutions that can automate processes, enhance personalization, and drive data-driven decision-making. So these professionals have hands-on experience working with latest technologies like predictive analytics, recommendation engines, natural language processing, and intelligent automation. Tools that can significantly boost the efficiency and ultimately profitability of e-commerce companies. So one way we're helping businesses find this talent is by understanding their specific needs. So whether it's integrating AI-driven product recommendations or improving customer support with machine learning chatbots, or even optimizing supply chain management using predictive algorithms. So once we have a clear scope, we match them with the vetted professionals who have both the technical expertise and industry experience to deliver on these complex projects. So for businesses and e-com brands looking to leverage machine learning, the ability to quickly onboard high-level talent is critical. So we provide that flexibility, allowing companies to either augment their teams or make permanent hires without the hassle of lengthy recruitment processes. So with our access to AI and machine learning specialists, we're helping e-commerce companies innovate faster, stay more competitive, and tap into the full potential of these emerging technologies.
Now let's gaze into a crystal ball for a moment. As someone deeply involved in e-commerce tech talent, what emerging trends are you seeing on the horizon? And maybe more specifically, like how is Hire Odessa gearing up to support Shopify brands as these new technologies and practices come into play? Are there any particular skills or areas of expertise that you are focusing on so you can stay ahead of the curve?
Yeah, looking ahead, there are several key trends in e-commerce tech that I see gaining major momentum. And luckily, Hire Odessa is already preparing to meet those future needs of Shopify brands as these trends unfold. So first, as mentioned before, AI and machine learning are becoming essential for personalization, customer experience, and automation. More and more brands are looking to integrate things like predictive analytics, personalized recommendation, and intelligent chatbots to optimize user engagement as well as experience. At Hire Odessa, we are already building a very strong pool of AI and machine learning specialists who can help Shopify brands implement these technologies and stay competitive in a data-driven landscape like we are in today. Another big trend is headless commerce. As brands aim to create more customized, flexible shopping experience across multiple channels, whether it's mobile, web, or even voice, traditional Shopify setups might start feeling a bit limiting. So headless architecture allows for greater freedom in front-end design while still leveraging the powerful backend of Shopify. We're actively sourcing talent with expertise in headless commerce frameworks, ensuring that our clients can take advantage of this cutting-edge approach to create seamless omni-channel shopping experiences. And lastly, sustainability and ethical commerce are trends that are shaping how brands interact with customers. More consumers now than ever are demanding transparency and eco-friendly products and ethical practices. So this means that e-commerce companies will need to build infrastructure that supports those sustainability initiatives, such as supply chain transparency or eco-friendly shipping options. We are preparing to meet this need by finding developers who are well-versed in creating systems that track and communicate these efforts to mainstream consumers. So overall, Hire Odessa is continuously evolving our talent pool to meet these emerging trends, ensuring that Shopify brands have access to the specialized tech talent they need to innovate and grow in a rapidly changing market. So whether it's AI, whether it's headless commerce or sustainability-focused systems, we're fully ready to support brands as they navigate these future challenges and trends.
Val, we are nearing the end of the show for today, but I'd love to give you a moment to kind of share some final thoughts or some takeaways with our listeners. Like, I know we've covered a lot of ground today, but could you kind of summarize some of the main points you'd like our audience to remember, particularly for those that are running Shopify brands?
In today's evolving e-commerce landscape, having the right tech talent can make all the difference between simply surviving and truly thriving for Shopify brands. Whether you're looking to scale, optimize performance, or integrate cutting-edge technologies like AI and machine learning, Hire Odessa is here to help you move faster, smarter, and more cost-effectively. We specialize in connecting Shopify brands with the top 1% of Ukrainian and Eastern European tech talent that's human vetted, experienced, and ready to hit the ground running. And the best part is that we offer the flexibility you need, whether that's recruiting a key hire in as little as 14 days or building an agile remote team that can scale up or down as your needs evolve. You'll save up to 70% on hiring costs without ever compromising on quality with Hire Odessa. So if you're ready to take your e-commerce operations to the next level, let Hire Odessa provide the tech expertise that can drive your growth and give your business a competitive edge. We're here to make your next hire the best decision you can make. Visit us at hireodessa.com, and you can also reach out to me directly at val@hireodessa.com. I'm truly eager to explore all working options with you and truly looking forward to working with you together. Thank you.
Well, Val, once again, thanks so much for your time today. This conversation really has been incredibly enlightening for me. I mean, I got so many pages of notes here, and I'm sure that our listeners have also gained a lot of valuable insights really on how to leverage this Ukrainian tech talent really for e-commerce success. And I appreciate your openness and your honesty and your transparency kind of throughout this whole discussion. It's been truly appreciated, to be quite honest with you. And it's evident that, you and the Hire Odessa team really are deeply committed to helping Shopify brands to meet their tech talent needs. And, your expertise and kind of your unique approach clearly is offering tremendous value to e-commerce businesses that are really looking to scale their operations efficiently and kind of stay ahead of the rapidly evolving kind of digital landscape in quotation marks. So I'm confident that many of our listeners are going to find your insights both inspiring and actionable as they kind of navigate their own kind of tech challenges and their own kind of growth opportunities. So once again, thank you for sharing your knowledge and for the important work that you're doing. Really, you're bridging the gap between these Shopify brands and, skilled Ukrainian developers. I think it's an amazing, thanks so much for joining me today. I wish you and the Hire Odessa team continued success in your mission, and have yourself a wonderful day.
Yeah, absolutely. This was awesome. Amazing experience. Thank you so much for having me on. I truly enjoyed being here. Thank you so much.
Well, that's it for today's episode of E-commerce Fastlane. And thank you from the bottom of my heart for tuning in. This podcast really is all about helping you grow your Shopify store. And we bring the best minds in business to share their secrets so that you can take your brand to the next level. And every time you listen, you really are taking the steps towards building that amazing direct-to-consumer brand that I know you've been dreaming of. And it means the world to me that you've invested your time here. Your dedication to learning and growing is truly inspiring. And whether you're a beginner or a seasoned pro, remember that I'm here for you. I'm cheering for you every step of the way. Your success really is the heartbeat of this podcast, and we're here to support your Shopify journey in any capacity. So enjoy the rest of the week and keep thriving with Shopify. Well, that's it for today's episode. I'd like to thank you personally for being a loyal listener of E-commerce Fastlane. It's my hope that this podcast is offering you a ton of value through growth strategies, tactics, and exclusive insider tips on the best Shopify apps and marketing platforms, all with my personal goal to help you build, manage, grow, and scale a successful and thriving company powered by Shopify. Thanks for investing some time today and listening to the show. I'm so proud and excited that you have a growth mindset and are a constant learner. I truly appreciate you and your entrepreneurial journey. Enjoy the rest of the week and keep thriving with Shopify.